Yo, what's up? My name's Kavi. I've been in this online space for over a year now and have collected over 1.5 million in new cash. And today I just want to walk through the systems that we use to scale our client from 0 to 40K per month. So let's take a look at this. So just for some context, this is an Amazon FBA offer. And when I hopped on, pretty much this offer owner, he's running TikTok lives pretty much every single day. And he's funneling all the people watching this TikTok live into a school community with some training. He's like, yo, fill out this type form and you can join my school community. It's a free training for you guys to learn about how to make money online with Amazon, right? And then so we hop in there, we see this community with 1,000 people, and there's also like a really poorly set up CRM, and all the leads are kind of just sitting in there as well, and no one's going through and hitting them. So we're like, all right, cool. First hanging fruit we can do is just bring in a setter to start calling up these leads as they come through, right? And then also dial essentially that list of 1,000 leads. So first thing we do is we start hiring some setters. You can see this was some of the beauties that I was interviewing. They're actually some super chill people. Brought a lot of them on. At one stage, we essentially had 4 setters and 2 closers on here. And yeah, first step was just hiring them. Learned a lot about hiring, specifically like how to interview properly, how to interview so you actually set a standard that, yo, like, this is a fucking high standard, high energy culture. Like, you're here to get better. And even when the offer is like only doing like, 40K per month, it's like getting them bought into you and getting them bought into the fact that, okay, we're actually going to scale up, right? So just a couple of things of how you even frame it, how you come across in the interviews, just how you overall just set the standards from that first initial impression, right? So cool. We brought on a couple setters to start, and then I was initially just closing the deals and set up the CRM as well. So like I mentioned, this isn't the exact CRM, but all the leads were essentially just sitting in the pipeline. So we organized different different stages for every single lead, so you can actually like keep good track of it. So like new leads, there's follow up, there's closed, there's short term follow up, long term follow up. So like if they close and you need to follow up with them in the short term, you need to follow up with them in the long term. There's like a deposit, there's closed and they just split pay, there's bad fit, unqualified, just different stages in the pipeline, so you can actually keep track of where everyone is at and have full clarity and visibility into that. And then next step, honestly, these 3 things right here need to be done very quickly once you onboard onto an offer. And this was A2P approval, so we used A2P Wizard. So what A2P is to text these people, right? It's to be able to text these people who are in the CRM. And this is important because if you're just dialing them, they don't know who the hell you are most of the time, right? So ours process was you text them and then you double dial. You set a follow up task for them, so you move them into the follow up stage of the pipeline, and you set a follow up task as well, which you can do in GHL. Double dial them the next day, text them again, and you can template this all in GHL, all the text. Double dial them the third day, and then also fucking text them that day. And if you follow up with them for 3 days and they don't respond, you can move them to no answer, right? In the pipeline, they're pretty much done for, right? So you need A2P to text them, which is crucial, right? That's just going to increase your pickup rate significantly. And then in terms of lead capture flow, again, this is just how he was running like the TikTok lives. We just needed a way to capture them, so we needed to set up Zapier automations to, first of all, route everything into Slack so we could see, boom, this person opted in, this person opted in. And then we, in the type form as well, for when they opt in, we would have some stuff to give the sales team some context. So, for example, you know, tell us why you want to be a part of this community. Give us a reason why, we should let you in. So a question along those lines, a small FQ question, something like that. Not FQ question, a small qualification question, so you can honestly gauge how many brain cells these people have and see how serious they are. So anyway, so we would route that into the Slack. We would route like the calls booked into Slack, all that sort of stuff. And then on top of that, setting the automations so the leads get captured in GHL with the right statuses. And then after someone takes a call, right after, like, for example, me as a closer, I would take a call, setting up the automation. So I would fill out a call note and it would automatically update the prospect in the GHL with the call notes, so that anyone who goes and takes a look at that prospect now has the full context on what's happened, right? So pretty much just setting automations from the entire process, from the second they fill out that form all the way through the pipeline to when they book a call. It's all being automated, right? And then this is just an example of just some random fucking Zapier automation. It's not even the one that we did, but you can see what that looks like if you don't know. And then from there, just Slack. Like, this is just a random Slack channel I'm in, but you can see just like everything. Like, you want to have like the wins in there, like the actual channel for people to talk, just everything like that. The calls booked, call reviews, setters, closers, sales team, all that sort of stuff. But it was all just getting routed to Slack. Everything was being automated and sent there. And then really the final aspect is like, okay, now all the systems are in place. All the systems, all the baseline sales systems are set up. Really nothing too crazy there, right? Also, actually, I forgot to mention, as a part of the automations, I should have maybe added this here, but just SMS and email flows. So like they would opt in to the school community, they would get a text, right? We would automate that through Zapier. Some of them we would automate through GHL, and then they book a call. They're getting hit with emails, like 48 hours before the call, 24 hours before the call. They're getting reminder texts to show up. The setters are calling them an hour before the call, making sure they're good to go. So everything in terms of the SMS and the email automations need to come into play as well. That's super important, right? Because that's going to improve the show-up rate. And then really the final aspect of it is this is, okay, you have the CRM set up, you have the emails and SMS set up, you have everything dialed in terms of the actual qualification process, the funnel, everything along those lines, and now it's just training the team. It's just getting the setters and the closers as good as you can actually get them, and just making sure the culture is good as well. Making sure that, honestly, my favorite Slack channels are where we're just pretty much like homies. Like, we're in there, it's like a group chat, right? And yep, just essentially training the team. Like, this is just this wasn't even a team meeting, but a few of the setters, we all just hopped on and just did some training. And yeah, it's just chill, bro. Like, we'd all just like learn, and it was pretty cool just like being able to teach them, help them grow, and just building that relationship. And it's just like, if you actually invest the time into like your reps, you do one-on-ones with them, you do like group coaching calls with them randomly, especially when they actually want to get better, it's just going to improve your relationship, especially like down the line, even like beyond the offer. And it's also just going to increase everything within the culture. It's going to make everyone happier. Everyone's going to make more money. So it really comes down to actually like putting that time and just building that relationship with your team. So, and then the ultimate result of that is we collected around $60K in about a month and a half. So not bad. Off to a decent start there. Pretty much in a prime position to actually start, like, this was all organic, so it's like really in a prime position to actually start putting money back into it and start, running some ads. But yep, that's pretty much everything. All the sales systems that we actually implemented to be able to scale to 40K a month. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see how this can be done for your business, you're looking to like build an info offer and you want some help, then feel free to book a call or just DM me on Instagram. And hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will talk to y'all soon. Peace.